Hi, awesome human. Today, I wanted to create this video with you and share it with you in honor of Mental Health Day, which is coming up on October 10th. I wanted to also honor those of us who have been through depression, who are going through depression, who are coming out of depression, who know someone who's been depressed or is depressed, and also share that you're not alone. You know, globally, there's roughly 264 million people going through depression. And to give you context, that's like if every single person in the US had depression, except for 40 million people, because the population of the US is roughly 300 million. I wanted to share my story, my healing journey with you, in the hopes that it would also inspire you to share what you've been going through during these times of Corona. You know, I really think that the real crisis is not Corona, it's the mental health crisis that's coming out of Corona. And what's going on, you know, behind what you see on the screen, behind closed doors. You know, all of us are dealing with something and this new change in our lives. So I wanted to share my journey and hope in the hopes that it helps you. So my journey began, I would say, roughly in 2014, when I created the Happiness Workshop. And I was asked to create this workshop to inspire university students to give back to their communities in Mexico. So I did a bunch of research and found that if we give back to others, we become happier. And then I created a workshop called the Happiness Workshop. That night, I was featured on the evening news. I thought, wow, why don't I bring this around the world to others? And so we, the workshop and I, we did. We've been to 16 countries across 3 continents. Then I thought, why don't I bring it back to Korea, where I was a professor, knowing that, you know, the number one killer of people in their 20s here is suicide. So I brought it back to my university, created a freshman seminar. We started out with 40 students our first semester, and the second and last semester we did it, we maxed out at 150. And just to give you context, freshman seminars usually max out at 15 students. So it's an incredible experience. Shortly after that, I quit my job because my mom was diagnosed with early onset dementia and I fell into this deep depression. I couldn't face the students, I couldn't face myself, I couldn't get out of bed. And I ended up taking 2017, the year off and inward. I got to do some really cool things in hindsight. I wrote my first book. I became a certified life coach, became a certified happiness coach. I hired my first life coach. I started a pop-up cafe in my apartment serving no salt, no refined sugar, food and desserts, and a whole bunch of other things. One of the best things that I think I did for myself, again in hindsight, is I decided to go on a retreat. And I just Googled best women's retreat in Bali. And this one came up. It was a surf yoga retreat. I had done neither, really. And I just bought my ticket and I just went. While on retreat, I met a woman who was like an add-on experience. She was doing tarot card reading. Her name was Sylvia. I was really taken by her. And I found out later that she was actually a theta healing practitioner. Theta healing is an energy healing technique. It's kind of like the cousin of Reiki. You've heard of Reiki before. It's called theta healing because it's based on the theta healing brain wavelength. And what we know about the theta healing brain wavelength is that you can access your subconscious mind with it. So that's where 90% of your thoughts live and roughly 120 million thoughts. Okay. So I had not done anything of this kind before. I had just done traditional therapy, which accesses just 10% of your conscious mind, roughly 9 to 10 thoughts. But I was so desperate to heal myself naturally without going on antidepressants or medication that I just was like, yes, please. So I invited her to my hotel room. And then I thought, oh, what have I done? What if she, I don't know, kills me, or what if I end up in some Bali prison, like on 60 Minutes? Fortunately, everything was fine. In fact, more than fine. It was like an incredible session. And I ended up working with her for 2.5 years. And I still work with her for monthly maintenance. And my mind just became so much clearer after working with her, because I worked on the subconscious level, that I was then able to develop my medium and psychic skills, which we in Theta Healing believe everybody has access to. We just kind of push it down in the world that we live in. So I then decided to get certified to become a Theta Healing practitioner myself. And then I became certified to certify others. And then I thought, while I was an entrepreneur trying to build out my practice, I was not really growing myself personally, right? I was so focused on getting clients, building the business instead of building myself. And I was not prioritizing my own mental health. So I wanted to create a company with warriors that did all of that, like offered all the things that had helped me with my depression. So we have like these one-on-one Theta Healing sessions. We have 4 8-week Zoom live online programs on personal growth. And we're rolling out our first virtual retreats. We were doing in-person retreats before. So you just never know, right? Like Steve Jobs always says, you can't connect the dots looking forward, but you can connect the dots looking backwards. So I'm just so grateful for this journey, my healing journey that kind of brought me here. And I would say, depression doesn't discriminate, right? Like people are like, oh, like you went to Harvard, you're a TED speaker, you're a happiness coach, you can't be depressed. And it's like, depression is like, yep, I'm coming to you. But it was also this incredible catalyst for me to grow and learn more about myself and some of the limiting beliefs that had been holding me back, like I'm not good enough. And now I see that with my clients as well. I see that incredible transformation. If I had 3 things to share, I did this interview yesterday for this online Asian magazine, and they were asking me advice, and it struck me that maybe I could also share this with you. The first thing that I would say is share your story, in all of its not neat, maybe messy, beautiful mess, with your bunny ears, speak your truth in your healing journey. And I say this because that will inspire. This is my second point. This will inspire other people who may look like you or who may identify with you to do the same. Okay, so that's the inspiration piece. So first, share your story, inspire somebody else. Okay. And then the third thing is be open to getting help. You're not alone. There's tons of resources out there. And if there's anything I can do to support you, please let me know. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now.